Hey guys, this is Shady Fox, and if you are looking for the best heroes in the game to play, then you are on the right place, because I'm gonna reveal the most up-to-date hero tier list just in a second. And on top, by sticking around, you're gonna have a chance to win an Ossas Sherwood Skin. Details to come later. Okay, let's get right into it. So what you see on screen now is the old hero tier list. Let's wipe it as is, and there are a couple of changes I did. First of all, I added a fourth tier, so we have S, A, B and C tier, and instead of 4 hero types, I have actually 5. So let's start with the fighters from bottom to top, just like we did last time. At the very end of the list we have Labula. Even with the buff or nerf, depends on how you look at it, Labula didn't really get better. Followed closely by Mark, whose rifle is pretty strong, but that's it. I think his active and his ultimate is not that good, or is not good enough compared to other heroes within this category. One tier above, so the A tier, we have Gloria and Sindri. Yes, I moved down Sindri from S tier to A tier because indeed she's very strong, but Hunter is just better. So it's not that Sindri got worse. I wanted Hunter to stand out because he's the only hero in the S tier in the fighter category. Let's move to the assassins. We have Diggy down in the C tier. She got that slight baby buff with the healing while being in shark form, but still, compared to other heroes in this category, she is just not good enough. She needs to swim too close to the enemy, and by the time you get close enough, you're pretty much dead. For me, Ya got stuck in the B tier. All in all, she's a nice hero to play, but I think there are better ones. This brings me to the A tier, in which we have Johnny Jet and Shell. Let's just briefly talk about Johnny Jet. His buff made him super strong. I think players just didn't realize it yet, but having 2 Veil of Chaoses with the extra damage for the weapon, I think he's actually getting into the meta. On the other hand, I had to move Shell to the A tier. In the previous video, she was side by side with Aletta, but comparing Aletta with Shell, I just gotta say that Aletta is still leading this group. Shell is somewhat behind, but she's super strong. You can wipe off the enemies in any of the game modes. She is super cool, but Aletta is leading this group, being in the S tier. If you ever faced maxed out Alettas with Holo Burst, utilizing double jumper in a nice way, and using the active, the dash, sidewards, then it's almost impossible to kill her, and she's just eating you alive. Moving to the Marksman group, so Scotty is still a bit behind compared to the other snipers. And the reason why I have her in this group in first place is because of the shooting speed. So she could be considered as a fighter, but at the same time she's just shooting like back. On the long term, maybe when new heroes are gonna be added, I'm gonna change my mind and move her. But for now, she's gonna stay in the Marksman group. Moving to the A tier, Hualing and Judex, it's not a big surprise. Both of them are awesome heroes, very strong, good utility. Hualing even got a minor buff with her snare bomb. Judex was already very strong, and both of them are fun to play. And on top we have Ossas, who is, in my opinion, many players' favorite hero. I'm not saying that he is the strongest hero in the game, but still his utility, his ultimate, the teleport, the active, the damage output, it's just insanely cool, so he deserves his place in the S tier. Jumping over to tanks, so nobody is in the C tier, and in the B tier we have Ruby and Victor. And actually I moved Victor a bit upwards in the tier list because he's actually better and stronger than I thought before. So Ruby is interesting because she is kind of a hybrid fighter or damage slash tank. Obviously she has that wall which you can put in front of you to protect yourself or your teammates, but something is missing. Her damage is not strong and her ultimate isn't superior either. On the other hand, Jabali is like a real tank. He can actually protect the team he can escort the payload, and in many game modes, Jabali is not just fun to play, but he can actually being used as a tank, and you can absorb incoming damage. And surprise, surprise, obviously we have fourth on top, the newly introduced character. I would even consider saying that at the moment he is the most feared character in the game, because he is not just having a shield and good defense, but at the same time his attacking skills, they are just insanely good. And now we got to the support group, and there's a reason why I put Christina and Kazama into this group. The idea of having them here is that they are kinda damage dealers, but at the same time they are not really good on their own, but if they are teaming up with correct heroes, then they can burst down the enemy. But for example, a Christina with Jabali works much better compared to the situation where she's just on her own standing there, and like any other hero can easily hunt her down. Same applies to Kazama. He is somewhat better than Christina in like fighting alone, but again, if he is teaming up with, let's say, a Victor who can keep the enemy busy, then in the meantime Kazama can do his magic from above. And actually I almost put Labula also in the support category, because Labula is somewhat damage, somewhat tank, somewhat support. In this group we still have Iris at the bottom in the C tier. She got that micro buff by having the ability to heal from further away, but it just doesn't make any difference. The big thing that could happen to her if the reload time of her weapon would be decreased, that would really help her. Until then, I think she's gonna be stuck in tier C or eventually B. So I already explained why I put Kazama and Christina to this group, but even in the support group, they are not outstanding. And the best hero in this group in the A tier is Chemist. Unfortunately, we don't have any S tier support hero until now. After putting together this tier list, to validate what I'm showing you, what I did is that I went into the game, opened the leaderboard, and checked the trophy levels of the top 10 players for every single hero, and I averaged that trophy levels. Thereby I got a number which I'm gonna show you now. And surprise, surprise, the numbers are pretty much in sync with what I've been talking about and putting together. For the assassins, there's one exception here, Johnny Jet. And I think the reason why people are not that high with him yet is because the buff just went live a couple of days ago, and it's gonna take some time until people realize how strong Johnny Jet became. I personally see more and more Johnny Jet players, so I think he still deserves his place in the A tier. The Marksman group and Hualing surprised me. I need to admit that it surprised me. I still believe Ossas is better to play and stronger, but it seems like that there are still some players who are in love with Hualing, who played her before she was nerfed. Yes, she is very strong, but in my opinion, for now, I would want to keep her in tier A, but at the same time, she's competing with Ossas in terms of trophy levels. In the tanks group, I see something which I can't really believe. Actually, two things. So Jabali, I would have thought that players in general are being higher with him, but even bigger surprise for me is Victor. If you check the number attached to his face, then you can see that based on the average trophy levels, top 10 players globally, Victor is higher compared to Ruby and Jabali. That's surprising. At this point of the video, I'm gonna ask you guys to leave a comment. What do you think about the tier list? What do you think about the things I shared with you? Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you disagree, why do you disagree? What's your favorite hero? And so on. Now it's the chance to leave a comment. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and so on. And now we get back to the giveaway, the Ossas Sherwood Skin giveaway. So yes, you have a chance to win the Ossas Sherwood Skin, which costs, by the way, 3000 glory points. And let's face it, it takes a lot of time to collect so many glory points. Now you can get one for free. How you can participate? So I'm gonna take this red or orange envelope and this sheet. And on this sheet, I'm gonna write a 4-digit number. I'm gonna do it right now. Okay, and the idea is that I'm gonna ask you to guess that number. So I'm gonna put in that sheet into the envelope and I'm gonna seal it, close it right now. So here it is, here's the envelope. You can see Ossas Sherwood T3 event, and I'm gonna open it on the 15th of October. Actually, on that day, I'm gonna publish a short in which I open the envelope and I'm gonna reveal the number. So guys, I want you to guess that number I have in the envelope, okay? It should be a 4-digit number, and the person who is going to be the closest to the number I have in the envelope is gonna get the skin for free. So what if multiple people guess the same number? And that's gonna be the winning number. In that case, I'm gonna give the skin to the person who left the comment first or earlier, okay? And one more final request. I'm going to ask you why you would want to win that skin. You could write anything, it doesn't matter. The number is gonna count, but if you make me smile, I'm gonna be happy. Alright, I really hope that I could help with the hero tier list, and by now you know which is gonna be the next hero you're gonna play, and good luck with the event. By the way, I personally don't have the Ossas skin, but this is life. Good luck, see you in the next video, bye.